The Hermes Agent now finally has a desktop app, which means you can access the Hermes Agent directly from your computer without having to do any manual setup. Hermes Agent is this self-improving agent that gets better and better as time passes. It learns from your conversations and improves itself. This framework was released a few months ago, but at that time you had to host it yourself to access it. But now with the desktop app, anyone out there can get started very easily. You can use your favorite AI model, maybe by OpenAI, maybe by Claude or any other, and you can start using the Hermes agent every single day. Get it to do your everyday tasks and just see how it improves at doing your own tasks. Unlike other AI assistants to whom you have to repeat the same instructions over and over again because they simply don't learn from working. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the installation process of the Hermes agent. I'm going to walk you through the different features that the desktop app offers. And I'm also going to show you some amazing use cases that you can use for your everyday tasks. For example, things like computer use, wherein the Hermes agent can control your computer, things like browser control, things like scheduling automations, spinning up agent teams, etc. So if you're interested in setting up this agent that grows with you, watch this video till the very end. So hello everyone, my name is Yashica Jain. I'm the founder of Automates AI. My job is to use AI and its applications to help businesses automate their everyday manual tasks. If you're interested, you can check out the link to our website in the description and book a call with our team to get started. So let's continue with the Hermes agent now. So I'll put the link to this page in the description down below, or you can simply search for the Hermes agent. You'll land on this page, and from here just head over to the desktop app and simply install. Then you simply have to open the application and click on install. That is going to start installing the Hermes agent for you. And once that is done, you just have to launch Hermes. After that, it's going to do a quick one-time setup. Next up, we have to choose a model provider for our Hermes agent. So it's very important for you to understand that the Hermes agent is not an AI assistant. Instead, it is an agent framework, which means that there's the skeleton, there's the wirings, etc. But the brain is missing. And here we have to basically give it access to the brain, which is the AI model. Now here again, you have two different options. So either you can go with a monthly subscription wherein you're paying them monthly, or else you can go with usage-based billing, wherein you only pay for what you use. And even out of these, I would suggest going with OpenRouter. So OpenRouter is this one service that will help you connect to hundreds of AI models, maybe by ChatGPT, maybe by Anthropic, anyone you name it, they have it. And again, it is pay as you go, so it's a win-win situation. So simply select OpenRouter. If you want to select any other, it's up to you. I'm going to go with this one. And here we have to paste the API key for OpenRouter. Then head over to openrouter.ai. I'll put the link in the description, create an account, and head over to your workspace. From here, go to API keys, generate a new key, let's call it the Hermes Desktop agent. You can add a credit limit if you want and choose that it doesn't expire and create it. Copy that and paste it back right here and click on connect. Alright, so it's connected and we can begin. By default, it has chosen the Claude Fable 5 model, which is the most expensive one and the best one till date, but we will change that. So let's begin. In your OpenRouter account, head over to credits and make sure you add about $5 to $10 so that it can actually function. It is usage-based billing, but you still need to recharge your account, your wallet, for it to work. And we are in. The first thing that we are going to do is change the model. So head over to the settings button and from here change the model. So something like Claude Sonnet should work. As I said, you can choose from a variety of options and apply it. Alright, so now if you send it a message, it should be able to reply. Alright, so that was about the setup. Now let me show you around a little bit. So if you click on these three dots, that will open up your profile. So this is the place where you can basically customize the Hermes agent to fit your needs. So it's more like a system prompt, or you could call it the soul.md file, wherein you have to give it instructions about its persona. For example, right now it is quite basic that your Hermes agent, help them with a wide range of tasks, right? So we can customize this. So here's what I replaced it with. So I'm telling it, your Hermes agent, your purpose is to help me think clearly, make progress, solve problems, and execute effectively. Here are your core principles. Here's the communication style, be concise, explain the complex topics, then a little bit about problem solving, the mindset, when you're uncertain, state what is known, state what is unknown. The goal is not merely to provide answers, but to help me make better decisions and achieve meaningful results. And I'm going to save it. Now I'll give you access to this particular prompt in case you want to use the same one. Just look for the resources in the description. And that is how we have customized our Hermes agent to match our needs. Alright, next up, head over to skills and tools. So right now my Hermes agent has 71 inbuilt skills. Skills are nothing else but instructions that the agent has to follow whenever it is doing something related to the skill. For example, if it is controlling my computer, it is going to use the Mac OS computer use skill. Or else if I scroll here, there's a PowerPoint skill. So if it wants to create a slide, if it wants to read anything, edit, then it's going to use this skill. And this skill has instructions about how it should execute a PowerPoint related task so that it gets better at doing that. Now these are inbuilt skills. You can also have skills of your own. For example, you do a particular task all the time. So you can create a skill around it that whenever the Hermes agent helps you with that task, it reads the skill that already has the instructions in it. And here we can also see the tool sets wherein it is showing all the different tools that our Hermes agent has. For example, file operations, for example, image generation, memory, computer use, cron jobs, Discord, etc. If you go to artifacts here, so any sort of files that it generates, any images it generates, all of them will be stored at this one place called artifacts. Then any chats that take place will be stored right here, just like ChatGPT, etc. And then here you can go to settings. This was the place where we configure the model. Also, you can select models for certain tasks. For example, vision task is going to be, for example, done by 5.5. Just taking an example. Or let me cancel this. Or for example, web extraction is being done by, let's say, 3.5 Flash. So here you can override the models for certain tasks. Then there are other settings as well, like appearance, etc. There is memory and context. So memory is the reason why we're using the Hermes agent, because it never forgets. It just gets better and better. And that is exactly because of these settings right here. Persistent memory is the exact same feature that will help it retain the memory, and it contributes to the self-improving loop. Here there are some settings that you can change, though I wouldn't suggest doing that, but if you want to, you can. For example, the compression threshold, etc. I've talked about this in my last Hermes agent video, but again, I would say keep it to the default, at least for now. Then some more settings that you can go through. You can also connect it to different MCPs. Like if you want to use different gateways, you can configure that here. So yeah, that was a quick tour of the app, right? And now we can get into the use cases. The first use case that I want to show you is actually about computer use. So computer use is this functionality wherein the Hermes agent can actually access my computer. So it can take screenshots, it can move the mouse, it can use the keyboard, it can scroll, it can drag, basically do everything that I can do. Now it might sound a little dangerous, and yes, it is, but if you give it the proper instructions and tell it its boundaries, this one can really save you time. The best use case of this is cleaning up your computer. All of our folders are messy, right? Things are here, there, no one is cleaning it. Or maybe some people are, I'm not. So I can actually use the Hermes agent to help me organize my files and folders. If you're too hesitant, you can also just tell it to move things that are not of use to a certain folder instead of deleting them, right? So yeah, if you set the correct boundaries, this can help you. So let me give it a task. Hey Hermes, I want you to look at the downloads folder and the documents folder inside of my computer file system. I want you to find all the screenshots that I have been taking that are lying around here and there. And then I want you to create a new folder on my desktop called as screenshots and move all of those screenshots to that folder. All right, got it. And now I'm going to send this. So this is how the desktop folder looks like at the moment. Now I'm going to send this and it's done. Like it did not take even 2 minutes, like it was quick. So it found 21 screenshots in both of these folders and it has moved all of them. All right, yeah, here's the folder and here are the screenshots. So it basically looked at all the file names that have the word screenshot in them. So see, I did not ask it to delete them. I just asked it to move it. And now I can just delete it myself if I want to. Now, similarly, you can ask it to find duplicate files. You can ask it to find any sort of files, move it somewhere. You can ask it to classify your entire folders. It is good at all of that. The next use case that I want to talk about is the browser automation. So it can actually navigate, click, type, and scroll on a browser. Now you would think that yes, ChatGPT can do it. Well, that is called web searching. That is not browser automation. If you ask ChatGPT to go to a particular YouTube video and get you the comments of that video, it won't be able to do that. If you ask it to go to your competitors' social media posts and get you a list of the top performing ones, it might not be able to do that. Because web search is very different from browser automation. Web search is just like searching Google, whereas in a browser automation, it can do everything that you can do. So I hope you get the difference. Hey Hermes, open the browser and search for Yashica Jain's YouTube channel. Once you find it, I want you to curate a list of Yashica's top 10 competitors on YouTube that focus on the same niche and put the same type of content. Once you get that, I want you to look at the videos that they have posted in the last 2 weeks. Analyze those videos. Tell me about the top performing content, and then I want you to also look into those videos' comments and see what people are suggesting. For example, what types of videos they want to see in the future. Any content idea that you can find from those video comments, you have to extract them and put them in the final report that you're giving to me. So this is a 2-week report of the latest content posted by Yashica Jain's competitors on YouTube. Alright, so here's our prompt and let's send it through. And as you can see, it is following this checklist. Now, if you pay attention here, here's the difference. So this is browser automation. It opened it. And this is web search, where it is searching, right? So here's the clear difference in front of you. Alright, so it worked for about good 5-6 minutes and then it came back with this report. So it has done everything that I wanted it to do. It actually went into the browser, it went into the videos, and it got all of this content for me. And here's the report it came back with. Now, if you put the same prompt in another agent that does not have browser access, you'll see the difference yourself. For example, here it's even able to extract the number of views, etc., the number of videos, all of that because of having the access to the browser. So again, you can think for yourself, what is the task that you're manually doing inside a browser that can be easily automated? And then you can tell it to do that for you. Our next use case is around cron jobs. So you can think of cron jobs as scheduled automations. So these are tasks that run at a defined time. For example, you have to search this, this, and this every single morning and return it to me. Or you have to send a to-do list inside of the Slack channel. You can also see a small button of cron right here at the bottom. You can either manually create a cron job or just ask the Hermes agent. I prefer asking it. So let me show you an example of how you can set up a cron job. Let me dictate my prompt. Hey Hermes, so I want you to set up a cron job for me that runs every 3 days. So my goal is to know about any new features or functionalities released by Anthropic or Claude. It can be around Claude Code, Claude itself, any new feature, any new product, even things that people are building with a Claude, and basically everything that a Claude nerd wants to know about. And to get this content, I want you to scrape Reddit. Basically the latest posts on Reddit, basically the last 3 days, for the last 3 days. And I want you to create a PDF report out of that and give it to me so that I can skim through and I can understand what all is happening inside the Claude ecosystem or the Claude community basically. And as far as the Reddit community is concerned or the thread is concerned, you can search it yourself and pick the one that you think would work the best for you. All right, let me send this. And it is done. So this is going to run every 3 days. The first run is going to be on June 15, and it's going to automatically save a file on my computer that I can open, which will be the report basically. And this is the structure of it. And if you want, we can run one right now. Yes, run it. Alright, it's done and it took good 6 minutes to complete it. Now, if you want to access this file, it is there on your computer. You can open it, or if you want, you can also go to Artifacts and then Files and find it right here. So here's the file it came up with. It's a 13-page document. Can you believe it? And the top 5 most notable things right here. And it's also linking to those Reddit posts. So yeah, great work. So we have community discussions, Anthropic news, what people are building. So like, it's good for taking inspiration, right? Claude Code. All right, beautiful. And if you look closely here under cron jobs, it is listed and it runs in 3 days. Awesome. So now you know that if you want to automate anything, it's just a prompt away. You just have to tell it and it will schedule it for you. And it's not just for scraping, etc. It can be any task. If you want to run Hermes at a particular time, you can use cron jobs. The next use case on the list is sub-agents. So if you click on agents right here, you will see this window. So basically, right now we were doing one-on-one, but if you want, you can spin up multiple agents that can help you achieve a single task. This can be used when you need different opinions, if you want to get a complex task done quickly, if you want each agent to specialize in different jobs, you can use this. And to be honest, remember the second use case we took, which was, searching YouTube, my competitors, and getting the list out of it. I saw right here that it spun up 3 agents on its own, and all of them were working parallelly to get the job done. So in that case, it found the need of having multiple people, the need of delegating, so it did that. But sometimes you can ask it to do that for you. So let me take an example right here. Hey Hermes, everyone is talking about SpaceX entering the US stock market, and I am not very sure if I should invest or not. So I want you to spin up 2 different agents. The first agent is going to talk in the favor of the SpaceX IPO. So it's going to search the web, search relevant blog posts, sources, etc. And it's going to come up with the answer to why I should invest in SpaceX. And then I want you to spin up another agent, which is going to talk the opposite. Basically, why I shouldn't invest in SpaceX. And then there's going to be you, the main agent, that comes up with the final verdict, if I should or shouldn't invest in SpaceX. Alright, so let's send it. Now, if I were to give this task to just one agent, then maybe the result could be a bit biased. But now that I'm giving it to 2 different agents, they're going to search 2 different sources, and my final result is going to be an actual verdict, non-biased. And if I click right here, as we can see, 2 agents are active. So delegation 1, 2 workers, 2 active. So this is the first one and this is the second one. So as you can see, this is for and this is against. So we're having a mini debate here between the AI agents. So let's see what is the final verdict. And we've got the response back. So some numbers here. Then this is agent 1's response of why you should invest. Okay. And we have some numbers right here with some math going on. So this is the valuation it came up with. And then there is agent 2, why you should not invest. For example, 94x trailing revenue, etc. Okay. And then our main agent is giving us the verdict. So it's saying not at the IPO price, but don't ignore it entirely. Okay. And here's the final recommendation it is giving. Obviously not financial advice, but it really helps. Like if you go in manually to search all of this, gonna take you a lot of time. It's like even quicker than, reading one blog post. So that's how you use agents. So this one I did was for research. You can do it for achieving a particular task. As I said, breaking down complex tasks into simpler ones, assigning different specializations to different agents. The possibilities are endless. And that right there was all about the Hermes Desktop app. As I said in the very beginning, it is a self-improving agent. So as you get it to do tasks for you, it's just going to get better at them. And you can always create skills around them. For example, you're generating a LinkedIn post. So you generated it for the first time, you gave it feedback. Now the next time it will have that knowledge so that you don't have to repeat the same thing again and again. As far as the use cases are concerned, I tried to show you the most unique ones that I found for the Hermes agent. Obviously, there's much more to it. Can't cover it in a single video. I'll have to come up with a course for that. But yeah, I just hope this video was very valuable for you and it'll help you get started with the Hermes Desktop app. If that was the case, don't forget to like the video, do subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments. If you do subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification, you will know every time I post a video. And since you watched this one till the very end, I can tell that you are interested in this space. And hence I would highly recommend subscribing to my channel. Apart from that, let me know in the comments what other use cases come to your mind when you think about Hermes. In the very beginning, I mentioned about my agency Automates AI. So elaborating on top of that, so we basically help businesses automate their processes using AI. So our first step is identifying opportunities for AI implementation. And then we go ahead and implement them for you. It can help you save time, scale without increasing your headcount, and obviously increase revenue. If you're interested, book a call with our team today. If anyone wants to get on a one-on-one consulting session with me, you'll find the link to my consulting calendar in the description down below. Don't forget to follow me on LinkedIn as well as X for some more exclusive content. If you want to connect with me personally, you can also send me a connection request on LinkedIn. Alright, so that is pretty much it for this video. I will meet you in the next one. Till then, bye!